Obama's, you know, you get the White House, okay, they'll take down everything you say. And they did, I gave them a lot, and so now I must be in there for sure now.
Yeah, I know you.
And there, you can call, you know, with your congressman and leave a message, but they say, you know, these emails too are getting all clogged because we're doing so many. And so the best thing to do is you don't know anything about email, you don't have a computer, whatever. Write a letter.
Yeah.
Send them the letters.
And if you can send it to their district office, by the way, the district office sometimes is better than Washington, D.C. because since the anthrax scare, they now irradiate all letters, so it takes a long time to get through the system, and they usually come crumpled and yellow because the irradiation is saved with anthrax. So district office may be, I mean, both are good, but a district office may be a better option.
So now's a good time to send them right to the district office because they're
That's right. You're thinking, you see? Yes, ma'am.
Since most of our college campuses are becoming more and more liberal, I just wondered what your plans are for, you know, addressing our youth.
Well, that's one of the advantages of being a young person, which I think I probably am. And this is what Aaron Schock, for those that know him, did very well. Was able to take I'm a conservative Republican. Was able to take that conservative Republican message to young people, who typically, when they think of conservative Republicans, they zone out and they believe the stereotypes that have been exacerbated over the years. But if you can, as a young person, sit down with folks and say, guys, I'm a conservative because I believe the government needs to just stay out of our way economically. You know, I believe the government's job is just to be limited. I believe in those Reagan principles, and you talk to people about it, and you come at them as a young person, as a person that's passionate about government service and service to their country. It makes a major difference. And as my party has done a very bad job of, we've not reached outside into the seniors, into African American communities or minority communities. We're losing women because we're not talking about what our principles mean at different levels. And that's what we have to do. And that's a passion of mine, is to expand our base by saying, not compromising what I believe, but saying this is what I believe and this is why. One thing I want, and I appreciate everybody's questions. I wish we could stay another hour. We're going to do one in Ottawa now. I want to leave you with a couple of thoughts. America is wonderful. I was flying a mission. I used to never tell this story, and I've tried to tell it more because I think it's a very good story. I was flying a mission from Germany to Afghanistan and Afghanistan out. I used to fly a KC-135, which is a mid-air refueler, and now I fly an RC-26, which is a Special Forces aircraft. But when I was flying the KC-135, I went into Afghanistan and pulled wounded soldiers out of that country to take them to Ramstein Air Base in Germany for, they basically get stabilized, they go there for their long-term care. As I'm flying, I looked at my co-pilot and I say, as we do, hey dude, you have the aircraft. I went to the back and I saw a gentleman sitting on the side with a bandage around his head. And I said, yeah, that's what I'm taught this guy. You know, a lot of times you avoid people that are injured because it's awkward. But they don't want to be avoided. It's like, by the way, if you see somebody in a uniform out in public, tell them thanks. It's an awkward social interaction, but it means a lot. Sat next to him, I just saw the bandage around his head. He turned to look at me, and the whites of his eyes were completely red. Not bloodshot, red. And he started to talk, and his speech was very slow. And it was from the impact of an improvised explosive device near him. He had traumatic brain injury. And I introduced myself and started talking a little bit, and I said, sir, let me ask you a question. What's going through your head right now? I wish I could say I would have the same response as this guy. I don't know if I would. I would have expected him to say, I'm wondering why me. And that's logical. I mean, we can sacrifice everything for the country, but when you actually get that magic bullet, you wonder, why me? But he looked at me and he goes, I'm thinking that I got to get back because I'm leaving my brothers and sisters. That's the American spirit. That despite having given a lot for your country, almost giving your life, and all this kind of stuff, the response isn't to say, I got to go home. And some people it isn't. That's fully acceptable. I'm not downing that. But this guy looked at me and said, I feel like I'm leaving the fight unfinished. So from an international perspective, I took that and said, We've got to finish these fights. From a perspective here, with healthcare, we have to see this fight to the end. And I want you to walk out of here not head down, angry, saying we got to do something about it out of anger. I understand you're angry, and I am too. Let's channel that anger into a vision for what you were talking about, sir, what the Constitution of the United States means, what America really stands for, what healthcare can be. It can be wonderful. We have the best healthcare system for cure rates. Let's take care of the cost issue, and I've given you a few things. There's so many more things we can do. Let's take them one by one. Let's do this right. Let's do this as a country together. Let's get this taken care of. Let's not rush through $1.5 trillion bill that we cannot afford. The per-page cost of this is $1.5 billion. The per-page cost of the stimulus bill was $591 million. These are expensive pages, and this bill is 3 times more expensive than the stimulus per page. We can't afford it. Let's walk out of here, smile, pat each other on the back, stay in touch, get active, get organized. I want you to help my campaign, electadam.com. We've got petitions in the back. Sign the petition. If you can, take a petition and get 15 signatures to get us on the ballot. Sign up. Get excited. If you can help financially, great. If you can't, I understand. I want you to get involved with my campaign. Let's take back our country. Let's take back the 11th Congressional District. Get involved everywhere else. Get excited. And let's do it.